All right, this is going up really late. I got completely distracted with the weekend and my projects for the day. I totally forgot to watch an episode and record the review reaction video. So I just got done watching episode 7, tape 4, side A of 13 Reasons Why. This one hits close to home. This one is a very personal topic. This is about the feeling of loneliness and feeling like you can trust somebody. I felt very alone in high school. I felt by myself all the time. I felt alone around my friends. I felt alone around my family. I felt around in the cliques. I felt alone in my classes. I felt so alone and so isolated. I wanted to scream and cry to somebody for help to listen to me. But I never did because I didn't think anybody would care and I didn't think anybody would listen, and it just kept piling up on the inside. So I understand, I resonate with what Hannah is going through, with wanting to find somebody to connect with, wanting to find somebody to be close with, to not feel so alone and so by herself. At the end of during the episode, we see that she gets close to a guy named Zach, kind of close, not like really close, like romantically close. But they started communicating with each other. She felt that she could open up, she could trust, and she could reach out to help because Hannah is starting to reach the end of her rope. We're now past the halfway point of it, with this being tape 7. But unfortunately, he lets her down and he withdraws and he gets distant, and she is really, really starting to feel completely abandoned with no hope whatsoever in her life. And I've been there and I have felt that and I have acted on that, and I can totally understand what it's like. And I'm just sitting here watching this episode, agreeing with it and nodding with him like, yes, I understand this feeling. And I understand how hard it is to ask somebody for help, to find somebody true, to find somebody real that you can connect with and that you can feel honest, open, and vulnerable with, because if you don't, there's another way, and that's not a very good way to go. Clay is starting to wig out in this episode. For a couple episodes ago, remember how I said that he saw Hannah's ghost image crying outside and he went to go embrace it? Well, he is really starting to freak out. There's a scene in the basketball area where he really starts daydreaming, fantasizing, mentally projecting what he wants to do and what is going on. And this continues throughout the whole episode. He says, I'm done with these tapes. He gives them to Tony and says, do what you're going to do. At the end of the episode, he's giving a tour to the high school to some foreign exchange students, and he confronts everybody. He confronts the two biggest people that he sees responsible for what happened to Hannah in front of the whole school. And I kind of thought this was a daydream, but then I started thinking about it. I'm like, nope, I think he's at the breaking point. And as the episode closes, he is at the breaking point. He didn't dramatize it, he didn't fantasize it. He literally said out loud everything he was thinking about people being bullied, people being pushed around, Hannah killing herself. He went off in the middle of a full hallway in front of these students. And it's very interesting to see the character of Zach Dempsey be shown in this way, because the whole series up until this point, you see him, the popular kid, laughing with his friends and whatnot. But for this idea of being alone, Hannah feels she resonates and connects with him because his family is very, very rich. He drives, I think it's like a $60,000 Porsche around. And because of his money, he feels very alone and isolated because he's with the cool kids, but it seems like they all just want to hang out with him because he's rich and he's got a lot of money, and he feels very alone. And unfortunately, him interacting with Hannah, instead of connecting, becoming true friends with her, he just pushed her away and ignored her cry for help when she wrote a letter to him about what she wants and she needs. And she wrote a letter to class about, what do you do when the only thing you can do to stop feeling is not feel anymore? And the teacher said, well, you can find help, and there are resources and we can just go on. But the faculty didn't address that, the staff didn't address that anymore in what we're shown in the episode until after she died, when Clay points out, now there's anti-suicide posters and we painted over the walls and we've covered up everything that we once were, but this is a place where bullying happens. So I get it. It's hard being alone and it's hard feeling bullied, but there is help. I have numbers posted down below that there isn't only one way out. You talk to your parents, be open and honest with your parents about what's going on. If you can't be open and honest with them, you've got to find your closest friend and be open and honest with them and take that chance. If not, then you need to find a professional, because you can talk to somebody. If any of my friends are going through something, please feel free to message me, to text me, to reach out to me in any way, and I will do my best to help and listen, and I'm here to tell you that it is okay, and it does get better when you get older. And please, 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 please do not go the route of what Hannah did and what so many other kids do when they feel alone and depressed, because there are many alternatives to taking your own life. So like I said, I have numbers posted down below for suicide and sexual assault hotlines. If anybody is facing anything like this, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you're following along with the series. I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode.